I read this book a long time ago, and it was one of the formative things for me when I think about leading a group of people in worship or in a church, or really just interacting with other people altogether. But Henry Nouwen talks about, if it's really true that it's greater to give than to receive, then how can we be people who receive other people's gifts? Like, how can we be people that make space, that we're not just always on stage giving, but we're people who stand there and see the gifts, or call out the gifts of the people around us and pull them forward and receive them in a way that's honoring of the gift. He says a gift only becomes a gift when it's received, right? When it's received and honored. And so if we think about community, this idea that everyone can play, how are we letting that impact our worship times? Are we finding the gifts in the people in the room? Are we finding the gifts in the people around the table from us and pulling them out? And then are we receiving them? I think this takes a lot of intentionality, and it takes a lot of pre-planning, which sometimes we're a little bit loose on, right? If you want to pull out the goodness, the strengths, the best of what people have to offer, we have to give them time to come up with something and make space that we can receive it together. And one of the things he said also was that we receive the gifts from a place where we're not threatened, but we're thankful, right? Like, we're not threatened by what someone else brings up, but we're thankful. And I think that's really challenging, especially when diversity is involved. I think sometimes we can value the idea of diversity, like having diverse people, but at the end of the day, it's really hard to be diverse. Like, we really like it when it feels the same. We feel like this is safe, this is my people. But if we want to be a community that values community and diversity, it means that we have to have discomfort and to call out the gifts and learn how to honor and be thankful and receive them. C.S. Lewis says that beyond the sacrament, meaning the communion, the holiest object that is presented to our senses is our neighbor. And it's this idea that the image of God lives in each one of us. And if we want to encounter Jesus, and sometimes we just need to do that through encountering one another, right? Like, there is this living, breathing spirit is in you, and then I encounter you, I'm encountering God. So becoming people who are hospitable to make that place where we can see the image of God in one another is a major part of our worship times.